like that new little science fiction.
Me too.
Reminds me of Twilight Zone, right?
I love that music. It's all old fashioned.
I know, right? It's very
Yep,
Twilight Zone.
it is.
Or Star Trekky. I keep waiting for I
Oh,
can't
I know,
remember.
just like the old B science fiction movies.
I know, right? The
It
kind of
goes
grew
back
up
to the
on.
Blob and I know all that kind of stuff.
I know that's what we have not been able to do yet. Oh, hello, people are coming in.
Yeah.
One thing you and I have not been able to do yet at Disney World that we need to is that 50s diner.
The what?
The 50s diner
Oh,
at Disney World. Yeah, I know we have not been able to do that. They're first and best milkshakes ever, but they play all the old. Well, they're the trailers for all the old B classic movies. That's
oh
amazing.
no, really? Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
one
I
day
would
we've got to
love
get to
that.
that restaurant.
Okay.
I know, right?
Okay.
Hello, Meg. Hello, Joe. Hey, hey, everybody. We're back.
Morning, afternoon, it doesn't matter. Glad to see all of y'all too.
And I did to make. I did good. I actually did film my update. I just haven't posted it yet because, as you can hear, I'm still sick, and I tried today. I did, but man,
Happy New
yeah.
Year of the Rabbit.
Oh, it is the year of the rabbit. Hello, I'm behind. I had that whole discussion
Because
with you,
my year just went away.
and it's going there again. I know, can you believe we're almost in February? I was talking to my hairstylist yesterday about the year. We're already in February practically next week. How did that happen?
I don't know, to be January has been very, very long because I've been so sick.
Oh, that yeah. Well, I'm missing a lot of it. I'm missing like a couple of days out of last week. Thank you, Kelsey. It is back, but it is still a little crackly. That there you go. It still cracks every now and again. Yay, Nadia, you're getting your bucks. Okay, well, since
Right.
we've got people here, I will start with. Okay, here we go.
Surprise.
I know. I promised you all the samples, and since I recorded the update, I'll go ahead. Look at the little samples. And these are the end pages. So when you open, only on the hardcover, the paperback won't have this, but when you open up the hardcover, it'll have these really amazing um, end pages in the front and the back, which I think are so cool. And then
Okay. Yay.
I know, right? And then this is the title sheet that will be on both all books. Not, I keep saying both.
I
It'll
know,
be in the
right?
trade. I know, right? The trade, the ebook, and the hardback.
I
So
love it.
with those. And then we
I love
have
it.
like all the chapters have that cool little doodad that's so cool.
Oh, okay.
I know, right? And they're so soft. I wish you guys could feel it. It has an amazing. I love the pages. They're glossy, and of course with the hardback, they're going to be gilded on the edges. These aren't because they don't do that for the proof pages. But that's the interior of one of
Nice.
the. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's the interior of another full color picture. Am I getting it
Oh
in
my
there? Yes.
gosh.
And there's
Yeah.
another one, right?
You can just show them all.
Well, there's only four, and then we got that one.
Gotcha.
So they look amazing,
They do
um,
look amazing.
right? Let me make sure I put
Wow.
this thing back together like
They
it
did really
goes.
good. Yeah. Yeah, they
No,
did
they
really
really
good.
did. And this is the proof for the trade. So that's what the trade's going to look like.
Oh, okay.
The hardbacks are going to be. They'll have just the ash symbol and the little thing around it, the little box, and they're going to be debossed or is it embossed? I can never remember which one it is, but it'll have that nice little foiling. That's all of
Right.
the good news. The bad news is we had a little bit of an issue with volume one.
No.
Yeah, I told you. Didn't I tell you this? Did I not talk to
No.
you? So I got hold of the printer. Yeah, volume one had to go back to the presses. So it's not going to ship until end of March.
Is it because of
So
them?
Yeah, no, it's something they did. It was not.
Okay, okay.
Anyway, so we'll get the first. The good news is we're going to get volume one and volume two. So it was only volume one affected. Volume two is still, I know,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
still in the pipeline. So they'll ship together. So everybody who's got one of the books coming, they will. In fact, you can see I've got volume one and volume two. Oh, yeah, I can show you volume two. Um, well, so you'll get them early. That's the good thing. I know
Right,
there's been a lot of people wanting to know about the ebooks. The ebooks, we decided it would only be fair to the people who bought the books if they go out at the same time. And I know ebook people are screaming, going, no, but it's really the only fair way to do it. This is the art from volume two. Isn't it amazing?
wow.
I just, Mel
It's got
Joy
so much
is
depth and
such,
color.
oh, I know. I love Mel Joy. She's one of
Looks
my
so
favorite
rich.
artists. I know, right? And when it's
Yeah,
printed on the really nice paper, it made a big. Oh, here we go. Here are the other pictures. It made such a big difference. Um,
yeah. Well, I'm glad the problem is with them, so they can take care of it.
right? Um,
Wow.
yeah. The only bad news is, like I said, it's going to be a little bit delayed in the shipping, and then I have to sign everything before it goes out. So,
Right. Yeah,
um,
it does
but
remember
I will
that.
sign like a demon when they come in. And Carol can tell you, I can sign like a demon
True,
when I'm not
true.
trying to talk to people and sign simultaneously.
Because she actually signs the books herself.
Yeah, that is true.
Mhm.
Probably after I do 5,000 plus books, are gonna wish I had a hand stamp. I love you guys, so thank y'all so much. Um, and since the books are going to go out together, but probably it looks like it's gonna be April or May. I'm hoping not May, but I have no
That's a lot
control
of
over the
time.
shipping postal stuff. Um, but we'll get them out to you as soon as we can. What we're going to do is the boxes will be shipped early. So if you have a March box, then that's going to be now moved into February. And I'm trying to think ahead, March, April. April will probably ship in March, and then the books will come in May. That's what it's looking like at the moment. I
Oh,
will let
wow.
all y'all know if anything changes, but that right now is the schedule we're looking at. So, and I think I finally found somebody to do little semi figurines. I haven't told you this, Carol, but I found somebody who can do that. And I've got they're sending me little samples of
Yeah.
other books that they've done so I can look at them. So that could be cool. Do like Simi and Ash and do Julian and Nikirian, not Nikirian, Kyrian, do the lead characters too. I think that'd be
Right?
cool, you know? Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, well, here, this is a good question to answer.
Okay.
Books. If you, as long as you're not buying them used, yes. I don't know. It used to be everybody knew that used books, no author gets a cut.
Mhm.
Only the stores do. But I don't think I've come across some people now who don't realize that. So yeah, if you love a book series or an author, please don't buy them used. I know it's a great deal on you guys, and I get it because I've been poor a lot of my life. Um, and I hate to admit, I've had to buy some used books too. But remember, especially if it's a new author, buy their books brand new because that way the publisher knows that you're behind them. The author actually gets paid for their books. And, God, I've known so many people, including Laurel Hamilton, and it's happened to me too, who very early in our careers, we had a series cut completely dead because, the publisher said, well, you didn't sell that many books. So
Huh.
please buy them new. But yeah, as long as it's new, we're getting, me and my family, thank you, and we love you. So yeah,
Exactly.
please. But let's see. Next question. You can now buy the boxes if you go to it's the Backer Kit site. If you go to yearofasheron.com, which you can see is going past the screen down
Yeah,
there.
pass by. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to Year of Asheron, there's a little pre-order button, and the boxes and such are available on that website. They're not on Queen and Sparrow. Because of the way the system works, it was just easier to keep it all together on the Kickstarter. So yeah, if you'll go there, you can get them.
Super.
Um, Angelica, we that's actually who I'm talking to. So Brandon's team's been really good to us, and they're wonderful. So yeah, that's exactly who we've been talking to. We're gonna get some little samples and stuff. They are amazing. They're all amazing. So
Yay.
well, huh?
Good question.
I'm not even sure how to answer that one.
Good
If I
question.
oh no, Nashville is not my favorite place. Um, for multitudinous reasons. However, I will not be in Davidson or Williamson County, but we are going to do Puff, which is not too far away from either of those.
There you go.
When Puff, like June 1st. So
Uh-huh. Very
if you
early
look on
first
the
name.
Facebook page, I am near that area, but I will never. I really, and it's only because Puff is done by one of my best friends in the world. She's the only one who could get me to get back into the state of Tennessee.
Exactly.
So I'm just doing it as a favor for a friend, but I will be there. I'm not meaning to diss it. I hope you're happy there, but please, if you live in Davidson or Williamson, go to Rutherford. Go to Rutherford or Murray or Henderson. It's anywhere away from those two counties. And I feel like a weatherman. Don't the tornado's coming.
I know, right? Just keep it away.
I feel like that's my when I worked in radio, public service announcement. That is my PSA. Run,
Nope.
people, don't walk, run. But anyhow, thank you, by the way, Paula. I so appreciate that. Um, I would love to, Alexandra. I've got to get permission from a publisher to do those. So they've given me. I've been lucky. They've said okay on a couple of them. Um, but yeah, it depends on if I can. I would love to do some more. I keep pushing, but
All you can do is
there's
ask and
always
wait.
yeah, and beg forgiveness.
Yeah.
Let's see. What month is the League box coming
Oh, wow.
out? We don't have the Paladin boxes that are shipping through Kickstarter don't have hardcover books in them. So the League box, I don't know without looking at the schedule. I want to say it was sometime this summer, like June or July, but I please look it up because I don't know off the top of my head. But again, it won't have it won't have a book. It might have a T-shirt. I'm not sure which box. I don't even know which boxes have. I have to get with my team to find out. I know they don't tell me anything.
Just suddenly, boom.
I know, right? Will I ever do a combo for Nicarian and Julian? Only if I can get permission to do it. Although with theirs, there's really not a whole lot of crossover. Basically, I think I did the crossover in Born of Legend because the two of them, unlike Ash and Styx, where Ash and Styx actually interact and they live together, the two of them, after the age of 5 or 6, they were never together again. They grew up completely separate. And so until they're in school, but that's a brief period. They don't really, their interactions make Julian look so bad that I'm not sure I want to do that because I love that boy.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I don't know. Are you coming with me to Williamsburg?
I believe I
Are
am.
you on? Yay. Then we will see Deb in Williamsburg. I can't wait either. I am so excited.
That's one of those months where everything happens.
Right?
Yes.
Annie, I don't have a favorite. I used to say it's like asking me if I have a favorite child, and I don't. But since I have a grandbaby now, I can't say that anymore. My grandbaby is the undisputed favorite of my family, and I love my children, but he's just so much better. He's not. No, they're all very
Because he
precious
doesn't
too.
have an attitude yet.
No, that's true. And he gives the best hugs. Carol knows this. That baby gives the world's greatest hugs and
Mm.
kisses, and he melts my heart. So, but when it comes to my books, I don't have a favorite. Every one of them, much like my children raising them, I wonder. the characters, and they're all my favorite, but they all had moments where I'm like, "I'm gonna kill you all off. Do you hear me? Don't make me stop this car." What about you, Carol?
Which
Do
is
you
why
have
you
any
always
favorites?
say that, if
I
they
know, right?
survive.
If they survive.
My favorite book is the one I
True.
just finished.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
I go with that answer.
Because you can go on to the next one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know,
But
right?
that's it, because now you're ready to go.
I know. Sadly, we don't. I wish we did. I miss Canada. I wanna see Jackie. I haven't seen her in forever. I wanna go
Wow.
back so badly. You've never been to Canada, have you?
I was born When I was born, it was Canada, and then they
Oh, that's right there at
restructured
the
the
Canadian border.
apartment that mom and dad lived in, so the back end was Canada and the front end was America. We were right across from the border check-in in Derby Lawn, so yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Canada. I know Canada 'cause
Yeah, I always
we used
forget.
to be able to walk across the bridge and shop and then come on back.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
I forgot you telling me that growing
Mm.
because my brain, you're just always been in Georgia. So, yeah, I found a hotel too where it's in Switzerland and I think France. I think it's those 2. I wanna go stay there.
Oh,
We need
really?
to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to have some I need to make some more money before I can do this, but
I
that's on the
imagine
bucket list.
so.
I wanna stay in that
Yeah.
hotel. I wanna be in the multinational room that's in you
Oh.
sit across one side of the room's in one country and the other's in the other. I want that
That'd
room,
be cool. That would be cool.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, Deidre, that is a loaded question. It really depends on how many obligations you have. I Carol was there when I did for GRW a whole workshop on this, ironically called "When Can I Quit My Day
Yeah,
Job?"
exactly.
Um, the thing to remember with authors, I know we've all seen the movies where the authors have their castles in Scotland, and there are a handful of authors who are that lucky. I'm not one of them. Um, but the average author, when you're talking about a paperback book like this, we make maybe 19 cents when all is said and done. I know people are like, no, that's not right. Sadly, it is the way we get paid. We make 10% of whatever the cover price is. So if a book is, $27, we make $2.70. Out of that money, it gets split with our agent. Our agent takes 20% plus expenses. So they're taking anywhere from 20 to 25% out of your cut to begin with. Then Uncle Sam comes in, and because we're all independent contractors, he takes it's supposed to be 33%, but it ends up being more like 45 to 50% of what you make, and that's one mistake a lot of authors make, especially early in their career. They don't put aside their tax money, and you really need to be working with a good accountant to do that because you're going to get hit. And if you can't pay your taxes, that's not a place you want to be. And then like the traveling we do, every bookmark we give away, every one of these comes out of what's left. So, I mean, you're talking when all is said and done, if you clear 15 cents a book, even on a hardcover, you're doing pretty well. So factor that in, and again, I'm trying to truncate this. One of the things, like the average first advance is going to be between 10,000 and 25,000. And one of the things that you want to think about is how many books, because you have to earn that bat before you get any royalties. And keeping in mind, if the book comes out and it's $8.99, you're going to make 80 cents a book. So if you get a $10,000 advance, you have to factor in how many books you have to sell to make that 10,000 out of 80 cents, because that's what the publisher's looking at. It's, and if you're where you've got obligations, your rent is 3,000 or 4,000 a month, so it's not the same for everybody. Some people can live with next to nothing. Some people have, I have to support my kids. You got to factor all that in. So unfortunately, that's not an easy question. Carol, do you have anything to add?
Sure. Sherry come up in a place where we had publishers in New York that your agent could sell to. get behind you. And then that money was where they
Yeah.
pre-printed everything and then sent it all out to brick and mortar. We no longer have big publishers. We no longer have very many brick and mortars.
Well, you do have some publishers, but they're few and far between. Oh, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to
No,
interrupt,
you're good.
but I just talked to my editor this week, and back in the day, like Carol was saying, you used to could hand a book in, and in 6 months, a main publisher could get it out.
Hmm.
My publisher was telling me explicitly that those days are gone forever.
No,
Now, yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you
and
this.
we haven't
Did I
talked
forget to
because
tell you this?
I've been out of it. You've
Yeah,
been
we
out of
did.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, those days are gone. She told me, to quote, "If I were to hand a book in today, it's not gonna come out till 2025." And that's just the new because of all the issues that they're having with paper shortages, like you said, the brick and mortars that are now gone, and, just the production schedule with New York having been closed down. They're still trying to get back on track from COVID. It's just not gonna happen. You be prepared that it's a 2 year, and that also factors in to how many books you can sell. Because if you sign the contract, it takes about a year to negotiate a contract, and then it's gonna take them 2 years to get the book out. You're not even if you go traditional, you're not gonna have a book out for 3 years.
Right.
So and I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
No,
just
no, no, that's good because I didn't know all of that. But if we go through and do it and put it up on Amazon, or we find a small publisher that goes through and accepts it and they go through and get it uploaded and this kind of stuff, then you're making 40%. But 40% of whatever you can go through and market yourself out and get the word out to people about who you are, how you're doing. So there you go. I mean, it's going to be a minute.
Yeah, and if you go the self-publishing route, the promotion and all that, the publishers do some, and we still have to pay a lot on our own, but they will pick up some of the expense. If you're on your own, you're literally on your own. You have to pay for like my publisher pays for well, this is an indie book. My publisher pays to produce the cover art and to have it edited, and all that's going to come out of your cut, which sucks. Okay, a friend and I got into a discussion about Rabati and whether or not she was a Malachi or not. I will tell you, I thought I made it clear. This is one of those author brain not included moments. Because before the war ended, there were tons and tons of Malachi. You know, the Malachi was not the only one. It was actually a whole race of demons, and she was one of them. So sorry that wasn't clear. I thought that was. Suggestions on how to name a new creature. And with writing multiple perspectives. I'll go first, Carol, and then I'll let you.
Yeah.
To me, one of the biggest mistakes I think, and I have to go over this sometimes with Maddie, that I see a lot of new writers make is that they name all over the place. You know, if you're looking at a name, you can tell if it's biblical, you can tell if it's um, brain, English, Scottish. There's a certain nomenclature that goes with how people are named in each and every country. So what I try and tell people is, especially if you created a race, like my Enderian characters, there's a system to their naming. You know, like the IEN, IAN, because of their language with the Enderians. There's a reason they use that little qualifier at the end. Um, so make sure that in your world if they're in a country that the country you know how their language is built or at least constructed and how their names are doing. You know, are they place names? Are they names that mean something? Are you going to have something like Eric the Red or whatever? Um, and then as for writing multiple perspectives, if you're independently published, that's not a problem. Jump around as much as you want, although don't jerk your reader around because then that becomes problematic. If you're traditionally published, I can tell you right now, having fought for 40 years with my publishers, they don't like multiple perspectives. They want the chapter from one POV, and they're okay if you switch it every chapter. But I've seen some writers in the past who would retell the same thing 3 chapters in a row, and that too is very jarring. If you need to change it, I'm a head hopper. I admit this. The way I handle it is I'll have many paragraphs from one character, and then I do a bit of dialogue and then I clearly start with the first name of the next character whose head we're going into, so that there's a clear break between one point of view to the other. And I make it very clear when we're going into that second POV that we've now gone into it. I'll do something like, well, Carol, what are you doing? Carol paused a moment to think how she should answer this question. So it's very obvious that we went from one character to the other. How do you handle that, Carol?
Yeah, that would be my thing. I'm working with a girl now that absolutely gave me whiplash in 2 paragraphs.
Ooh.
And I was just like, oh, 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 oh. No wonder I don't understand what's going on with the story because I can't even figure who's doing what. So I went through and broke it down to her and sent the edits back. And I'm like, okay, you're going too fast. What happens is you go too fast to be able to go through and complete one character's thought process. And so you immediately jump on another character's thought process because this character thought this character adjunct thought this, and then this character comes back in and there may even be a third character going, oh, but bread and peanut butter. Okay, so then what's happened is you've mushed all that together. So slow that down with your pacing. And if you want to do the multiple perspective, then you can go through and, like Sherry does, either separate it with dialogue and very clearly announce it, or you can go ahead and have that done and then have a time break.
Yeah, that's
And
another
if you
difference.
time break it, like, well, she kind of shook her head and walked away. So then, whoever this is, Stacy, whoever, um, was petting the dog, and she thought about what the dialogue, what she was thinking about earlier, who talked to her, and then this, and then that will go through and put you in solidly in that person in a time break situation where it's old fashioned, but the reader knows, oh, well, I skipped some time here and then this starts over. And I don't mean, oh, well, she got up and stomped off from the table. He got up from the table to follow her from the room. That's not a time break. That you're in the same exact movie scene in the reader's head. So now they're desperately trying to figure out what's going on without whiplashing themselves to death. So slow it
Right,
down. It's just a slow down kind of situation.
right. How can we get your book? They're working on them. I have
Paula
no
hasn't
idea.
been here for a while, so this is news to her.
I know, right? They are working on it. I have no update. I know they're doing their production on something else that's totally unrelated to me. I'm waiting for my New Year update that's now a month late. But I'll let y'all know as soon as I know something. That is cool. See, this is why I want to go, Carol. That's why I
Oh
want to
my
go.
gosh. See, there's a
Right?
library in Vermont that's split between Canada and the United States. So when you go in, this is and this is. So, I mean, it's cool. Those are awesome.
Right?
Yeah, that's so cool.
How was it writing Asheron compared to Styx? Both were incredibly complex. Oh, thank you. Um, but it was the hardest part I had with Ash, although I had to get mad at Styx. Going into it, I felt very sorry for Styx because I knew what had happened. And the hardest part about writing Ash was I really had to compartmentalize and learn to hate Styx through Ash's point of view. And yeah, I mean, it's same thing with Nicarian and Julian. When you have two brothers like that, and you're like they hate each other, but you know what's happened to put them at odds. It's like, So yeah, that's Ash was harder than Styx because with Ash, I had to make sure and not show Styx in a favorable light because I wanted it to be precisely from their point of views because they have a very strong hatred they had to overcome to work as brothers again. And I wanted the reader to really understand everything from each of their point of views and to understand that it was justified. You know, that hatred is it was not something like, oh my God, you wore my shoes on a date and I'm never going to talk to you again. That it was actually something very impactful. You laugh. I have family members that have split over things like that. But yeah, I wanted the readers to understand and to be fully invested in each character through their journey in their books.
Mm.
All right, which book took the longest to write? Queen of All Shadows or
Yes.
Shadow Fallen. Only
Yes.
because the thing that happened that kept me from writing.
Yeah.
No, really, those probably are. I worked over Ash over a couple of years, but nothing like Queen of All Shadows. and Shadow Fallen because other things kept coming along and interrupting my writing time.
Yeah.
What about you, Carol?
The last one. The
What would
last
which
book always took the longest because I'm like, I got to get to the end. I got to get to the end. I got to get to the end so I can get it fixed and get it uploaded. So always the last one.
I love you, Alexandra, but no. At this point, given some of the stuff that's happened, I don't even think I'm gonna break even. I know it looks like a lot of money, but shipping just went up again. Did I tell you this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, shipping just went up. And it's supposed to go up again. Did you know this? It's going up
Yeah.
again like around June.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I'll listen
so
to one hour.
yeah, and no, it did not bring me more profit. Like I said, if I break even, and I had a budget for each of the boxes based on the amount that, each box brought in. And on a couple of them, I kind of offset that amount with my own money. So yeah, and nobody believes me when I tell them that. It's like, no, I swear to God, we didn't do it for profit, which is good because had I done it for profit,
Yeah.
I'd really been screwed. But no, I wanted because I knew how expensive the books were going to be. I kept the cost margin on what I would earn per book as low as possible, um, just because to me it was a labor of love. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and so many of you had asked me if I could do it, and I was so delighted when my publisher gave me permission that
Yeah.
So yeah, to me it was more important that I put the savings oops, I put the savings back to you guys and it was that I made a profit on it. So yeah, in theory, yeah, there you go. And it's all because I wish I had known going in because I might have thought, author, scraping roadkill.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. Although
Like
I did
roofer, cider,
but
finish
I did have
carpenter.
a friend who that was their job, scraping roadkill. And it's like, some days you get paid a lot of money to do that.
I can hang
You
sheetrock. Come on
do.
now.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. We got an answer. Thank you,
Hmm.
Catherine. October is when the league book is coming. So we
Lots.
have an answer. Thank you.
Yay.
And to answer, did Nick make the original Don't Kill Me? Yeah, yeah. Things you say in passing, you just don't. Yeah, yeah. No, that was always there because I always knew God, as far back as high school that because I wanted Nick to be a dark hunter. I thought it would be really cool to take a beloved Squire character and watch them cross over. So I always knew Nick was going to die. And because I was 18, 24 seemed like a good age. Seemed so old.
Oh man. But it works.
Perspective change. I know, like, yeah. I wish 24 still seemed old.
I
But
just thought about that this week.
what?
About a dark kind of tarot deck.
Oh, well, we had one at one time that the people who were doing it kind of went bankrupt.
Gotcha.
So I've got some of the tarot cards. We never got the deck finished. I'm actually talking to Mel Joy, the lady who did all the
Yeah.
art in the books, about finishing it off. But if we do, because I want to make sure she gets paid what she,
Oh
gets
yeah.
we'll probably have to kickstart it because I cannot afford to. You're talking, I think it's 68. I think we have 10 of them from the original deck. Um, and you have to pay both for them to draw the line art and then you have to pay for them to color it. So, and I don't want to ask her to take a pay cut because artists don't make that much to begin with. But
True.
you are talking about 68 pieces of individual art. Um, and I can't absorb that amount right now. But
No,
we
I
might
just
be
wondered.
doing that later. Huh?
I just wondered too.
Yeah, oh, no, the cards that I have are fabulous, and I trust her implicitly because she's such a great artist.
Right.
Um, and I've read tarot most of my life. I can't even remember learning. I've had a deck since I was grade school.
Mhm.
So I would love to see it come to fruition, but again, it'll probably be after we finish this Kickstarter. So early, what year are we in? 23? It'll be early 24. I know, right?
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Yeah. And to answer Becky's question, yes, I believe live because they keep talking a series TV stuff. So I'm assuming that they want it live. And as soon as I have an update, I will share it. I promise. Thank you, Kate. I love you too. Thank you, sweetie. Aw, thank you, Meg. Thank you. I love Meg.
I know, me too.
Can I tell you what Maddie's book is about? Maddie's book is actually very cool. It's set during the period of Japan. I have a hard time. I always want to say seppuku, but I know that's wrong. It's the warring period of Japan. I need to learn how to pronounce this. I when I see it written down, I know how to pronounce it, but in my brain, I get it confused with other Japanese words. But anyway, um, it's a fantasy. It's a boy who is training to be a samurai, and anyway, it's very cool. His I don't want to give too much away. I'm mad down here going, "That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler." But anyhow, his dad is a shadow lord, and I better not tell anything more. It's very cool though. Madig is very steeped in Japanese, and it was funny because he was writing it with his wife, and I'd ask Hinako something, and Hinako's like, "Ask Madig, I don't know." It's like, but it's Japanese. She's like, "I slept through that in class." He knows it. I don't. So I love my kids. They're so much fun. I know what I know about Japanese history is listening to Madig, and or Chinese too. My God, he's amazing at his knowledge. Once he gets started on the warring periods, and I
Right.
think it's I one of the I don't I when Lubu was around, I remember Lubu, and he gets so passionate. He needs to be a
Yeah,
teacher. Amazing.
definitely. Yeah, that's 100% him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
Oh, that is so cool. Tarantula for Apollonie. I like that. Oh, and thank you for your daughter. That's amazing. Ah, Kayla, let's see. Dark Hunter, we've got Queen of All Shadows, Jaden's book, Shadows Within, and then Savitar. And then after I do Savitar, what I'm wanting to do is go and do Dark Hunter Armageddon, which is a spin-off series about the children because the children have gotten grown on us. So
That's what
yeah,
happens. They grow up.
yeah, way too fast. Kate, my friend, girl, your ears must be burning because I was talking to Tina and we're talking about barbecue sauce, and I was telling her about you, my friend, um, and how close we came to having it originally. Anyway, so I'm feeling much better. I'm actually upright, which is a miracle. Carol's upright, which is a miracle.
Yup.
Oh, this is cool. The Eagle Dude Ranch is in both Tennessee and North Carolina. That's fun. Well, that's what I love about Bristol because did we stop at Bristol? Did we? I can't
I don't
remember.
think we
I've
had
been to
anything
Bristol with
real
my
in
kids.
Bristol. I've
Mm,
been through Bristol so many times.
right, and when my kids were little, they've got it on the street where one side is Tennessee and one side is Virginia. Is that
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Bristol? Yeah, that's right. Bristol, Virginia. Anyway, so the kids are like, Tennessee, Virginia, Tennessee, Virginia. And they were so cute because they were little. They were like 5, 6 maybe. Oh, it was like sweet. And they had the big sweatshirts on. Oh my God. I hate that my kids are
Mm.
big. I'm glad my kids are big. Don't
I
get
think
me
one of the
wrong.
last times I went through Bristol, we were stuck on the road while they cleared snow through Richmond. I mean, through Roanoke, so we could get through there. Ah, ah.
No. You will understand Savitar fully in his book. And that I promise you. I will pull nothing back. Avatar is going to be a big book, much like
Yeah.
Ash. Um, but yeah, I can't tell you anything until I do his book. So yeah,
Like, no.
I know, right?
So funny.
This is what's insane.
Yeah.
Is how much shipping costs. Like because my daughter's parents are Japanese. That's how my daughter's parents are Japanese. She's my
It's
daughter-in-law,
okay.
but I
It's okay.
call her
You
my daughter. She's my family, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, I had bought for Christmas like a cute little locket for her mother. It cost a fortune to send it to her. I'm like, next time I'm gonna buy it, I'm going to a Japanese store and I'm gonna buy it in Japan and have it shipped to her.
shipped
Because
over or just
it is
delivered?
insane, yeah. It's
Huh.
stunning what it can cost.
That's a good idea.
Well, when Maddox lived over there, he wanted one of his comic books, or two of them, I think. And to mail the two comic books is $85, and that's been 5 years ago now.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
It was
my gosh.
horrifying.
Wow,
Yeah,
international shipping has got, like, out of control.
out of control. Well, and Minerva, I love that magazine, and I've subscribed to it for years and years. But I had to cut my subscription because of the shipping. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
Lisa had to stop cross stitch because
yeah,
there's where all the patterns are originated, but then they had to ship them over.
yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. I said, well, actually, I started the league in 1978, so I've been at this a very long time. What is more challenging now? Back in the day, writing on a typewriter kind of stunk, but you went into your office. No, it did. Yeah, you know. Um, you went to your office though, and you had no distractions. And there's a lot to be said for distraction-free writing.
Mhm.
The best part, especially when I first got published in the very early night, or published with books, not short stories. Those go way on back. But when I first started doing novels, you'd go once a week to your PO box, and then you'd have fan mail, and you'd answer that. You'd take the weekend to answer the fan mail, and but it was not like today where first I had a lot of fan mail. Thank you guys, and I love you, and I appreciate, it, and I will never, mwah. But
That
I'd
was
have
real
like,
good.
yeah, I'd have like 3 big tubs of it. But now I get more than those 3 tubs a day, and I'm grateful to y'all. Don't get me wrong. Please keep it coming. But it's a lot time management is what I'm trying to get to. It's a lot harder today because you have to do TikTok videos, and you have to post on Facebook and answer your emails because you don't want to keep you guys. I love you guys. I don't want y'all to have to wait. But way back when you could handle it on your own. Now you need like 2, 3 people like Carol to help you answer all that. So that's what's more challenging for me is time management. What about you, Carol?
Um, is it more challenging? No, I think I've settled into a way when I'm not pushing you.
Yeah. Here's a good Carol question.
There you go.
What is a
Mitch.
good book? I knew you were gonna say Mitch.
Yeah, the Draken Brotherhood. If you like shapeshifters and dragons and military and action, adventure, suspense, um, there's a couple shootouts and a couple car chases, and that would be a good place to find out where the Drakens found some peace, quiet, and get holed up, so they can get on the real mission. But that's Mitch.
Oops, I hit the wrong button. But
Oh
I
no!
didn't ban anybody.
Yay! I think you
Oh my
hurt
god.
feelings. So
I did
I'll
I
see you.
know. I would feel so bad. Um,
Ah,
yes, in Queen of All Shadows, there are a bunch of squires, because Brenna's the heroine. You see Lashonda, you see it starts before God, when's the
yay!
2001, I think. So it's before everything happened. Um, yeah, we see a lot of the original squires. Otto, it's very cool. So yeah,
Nice.
I know, right? Oh,
That
thank you, it's Goku. That's it. Goku. It's the Goku period. See, I can say it when I look at it.
Gotcha.
Thank you. That's when it's set, during the Sengoku, which is cool because, Oda Nobunaga is actually one of my favorite people. That is the one itty bitty piece of Japanese history that I knew going, but I didn't know that much. Maddie has always known a whole lot more, but Oda, not the Oda clan, is really the only thing that, when I took it in college, that kind of stuck with me, but not to the
Gotcha.
depth it has stuck with my child. So yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
cool.
I have, but when I priced them out, they are cost prohibitive for me. I think they'd be very cool though, like a little ash pop.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh my goodness.
The answer, Ashley, is yes. Trajan is on Born of Darkness is Trajan's, I think it's Born of Darkness. Can't remember now. It's been a minute. But Trajan is on the docket for a story. Um, right now, though, again, I talked to my editor, so they want me focusing on doing Dark Hunter things. We're going to get back to the league. But she's like, no, I want up to Savitar first. So I'm gonna not. I hate to say knock out, but I've got to write finish Jaden and then do Savitar before she will talk to me about my league books. I'm very unhappy because I want to do some league. Ren has been in my head driving me crazy.
Thank you, baby.
I know we need a semi barbecue sauce because that would be so good.
I know.
I would love to do some Funko Pop, but they got to come. They pick who they want to license. They have not come to me yet, so
Aha.
yeah, I
So
would love
maybe
to have.
we should just start sending, hey, by the way, we love these characters. These would be really cool.
Right? There you go. Send me like
They've been
6
optioned. Get
yeah,
ahead of
right.
the crowd. Thank
You
you.
know, it is. Marissa is actually in Queen of All Shadows again. So yeah, I know she's grown now. That's the worst part. Marissa is grown. It's terrifying.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I bet it is. That's where I
Yeah,
started
me
out of
too.
high school working in logistics for
Ah,
shipping for IBM. I was working for a small shipping company, then I worked for IBM. So yeah, and we were pretty much straightforward. I can't even imagine.
mm. Aw, happy
Oh,
birthday, Nikki. Tell him I said hi and wonderful happy birthday.
exactly.
Oh, we don't have an official league book this year. We are going to have one of the, if I can get it done in time, Eve of Destruction, which is the league book, but it's the little spin-off series. So there's actually a surprise in it if I get it done in time. It's gonna be amazing.
You've been doing pretty good so far. I'm
Right?
happy.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm getting back on track.
Yeah.
I don't know. I nothing's ever off the table with me. If I ever had the characters that, but thruples are that's her territory.
That's the other series I write.
Yeah, Carol's forte. I'm not gonna say I won't. I don't. I go where the characters take me. If the characters took me there, then that's where we'd go. But
Sure.
that's why I know y'all have noticed some books are steamier than others. Some are very tepid. It's always that level of intensity. It's just like in real life. You've got people who are addicted to sex and people who
Mhm.
aren't. So to me, I always let the characters tell me the pacing of especially intimacy and what they feel comfortable doing. So it just really depends on the characters. What about you, Carol? I know Carol goes much steamier than me.
Yeah, because
Make
I
me
have a whole
look like
series of thruples. Because
you made me look like I'm writing Little House on the Prairie.
that's
So
right. You're writing nursery school tales. Yeah,
yeah,
no. there's a verse in the Bible that says a stool with three legs will survive longer than a stool with two. It's a stronger bond. They're if there are three people, if something happens to one, the other two people have each other to lean on because they have been a couple, that they've been together, they've been in they're fated mates. These are the people who they're supposed to be with. And so in the Sanctuary series, that's what this is. They find mates in the most weird things, but again, it's a lot of military action adventure, urban suspense and fantasy about how this works and how they're still trying to keep themselves below the radar because they're shifters and vampires and whatnot, and they don't really want to come out to the world. So it's a that's the other series. If you
Right.
not all chilled about Mitch, then run over to Sanctuary.
I love you.
Yay!
Thank you, Bonnie. I so appreciate that. I'm sorry that you've had hard times. Nobody should. Yeah. Ugh. Carol and I talk about that a lot.
Yeah,
I hope it's better now. I really do. Because, yeah, life kicks you in the butt when you least expect it, sadly.
I know. And then they put their foot on their neck and hold it down.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Sometimes a
It can
lot longer than
happen.
they should. Um, I cannot, except to say there is one.
Okay.
I
I'm sure
know.
we appreciate that. Excuse me.
I have not actually answered that. I would love to do one. We actually have talked about
No,
this. We'll probably do the tarot cards next. Um,
on Kickstarter.
yeah, on
I gotcha.
Kickstarter.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Only because the tarot cards again, I have to pay the artist, and it's not a cheap thing. Um, and also the production of them. I think they're going. If I remember correctly, um, I think the production, depending on how many decks are ordered, it looks like they're going to be about $15 a deck to have them produced, plus the cost of art. So, and again, I want to keep that down. But I figure if we do it on Kickstarter, then we'll know how many cards we're talking. Maybe we can get that production cost down because I factored for 1,000. Um, but I don't know if we can sell 1,000. I don't know how many people are interested in tarot decks. So yeah, that's why Kickstarter would be a good way to test the water. And that way, nobody's out the money. I haven't paid her an armload, and then I'm stuck with a whole bunch of cards I can't get rid of. I hate to say I can't get rid of it. Um,
Right.
yeah, so I think that's probably gonna be the best thing. When it comes to Kickstarter for the league, I would love to if we do it for the league, we I have to get permission from my publisher to do any of the books for the league. Um, if we do, it'll probably be for a stack of the figurines. That's part of what we were talking earlier about Brandon Sanderson's team. I'm trying to get the little samples from them, or not trying, they've sent them. That sounded all wrong. But anyway, they're sending me samples, and I'm wanting to do like a full little set of league miniatures because I think that'd be very cool. So, yeah, and we might do that for Kickstarter. But first, we want to complete the Kickstarter that we're doing. I don't wanna bite off more than I can chew because you guys want books, and that's what I need to be doing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
this was kind of a big roadblock, but you're getting over it.
I am. Carol, where can they buy your books? If you look
Amazon.
and if you look down here, carolshaughnessy.com will also it links to it, doesn't it?
Oh no, I don't have a store. There may be links in there though. There are probably links to go to Amazon.
There should
Yeah,
be links.
yeah, I got that.
Thank you. What do you mean you don't have links? Woman, have I taught you nothing?
I think I'm pretty sure there
Girl.
are links in there. There are links in there. So you can go there. Just go straight to Amazon, whichever, and
Oh,
look me up.
good
Oh,
night,
night,
night.
Kate.
Great. Love you. Mwah. It's always good to see you, my
Mhm.
friend. But Otto, yes, Otto makes an appearance in Queen of All Shadows. Ah, and Sherry, I get to tell you, yes, Queen of All Shadows. He actually is a big part of that. So yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yay! Are you going to Pensacon? No, you're not. You're on a cruise during
Yeah,
Pensacon.
I'm on a cruise.
Ah, Catherine, I hope it's warmer too, because
And I
we're
hope all these storms stop rolling across there.
oh
Ugh.
god. Oh, I didn't send you the picture of my shutter that almost got ripped off my house.
Oh, no. No,
Hmm.
no. Oh my gosh, no, you haven't sent that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta stop
yeah.
this rolling across the South and severe weather and tornado warnings, and I am so tired of not sleeping. Ugh.
Oh, I know two of my shutters, the one outside of Ian's room and
Oh,
the one
no.
out of the baby's room. Yeah. God love my kids are up there on the ladder. I'm like, no. They got halfway up because I mean, this side of my house is really high off the
Yeah,
ground.
you had to have an extension ladder. That's not
Yeah,
just a ladder.
no, and they got and the ground's still soggy too, so they're halfway
Sure.
up the ladder, I'm like, "Get down before you die," so we had to go from hanging out of the baby's room, fix
Oh
it.
my
Yeah, no,
god.
that's terrifying. I'm like, "God, don't kill my children, please." I want the pleasure.
Mm.
I'm
So
kidding.
enjoy Pensacon. Hope it's sunny and warm. There you go.
We will miss you. Nancy and
I
I
miss
will
y'all
miss
too.
you. Nancy and I hope her leg gets better by
I
Pensacola.
know, oh my god.
That's gonna her poor
Mm.
baby. Um, I do if we can find again, I'm talking to, Brandon Sanderson's, manufacturer, so hopefully we'll have some news on that. I don't have any at the moment, but we are looking into it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Tammy, I am so sorry. Um, nobody is more sorry or sorrier than I am over my books having been pushed back. Um, yeah, and Ren's book, though, like I said, that's one where I was probably a quarter, maybe a little bit more through it when the divorce erupted. But he has been screaming at me loud and clear. So when I get to his book, I should fly through it, God willing. But I do have to do the Dark Hunter ones before my publisher will give me a date on those.
Ah.
So, which leads into this next question. Oh, okay. Well, Savitar won't leave me alone. It's been hard. It's like, I'm coming. I got to do Jaden first, buddy. Get off my back. When Savitar when you taught him that way, he's like, corner right now. Take your surfboard and go to the corner. So yeah, he's been very upset at me. So I've got Savitar screaming in my head. I've got Ren who's screaming in my head. I have Trajan screaming in my head. I've got Thea screaming in my head. And yeah, I feel
Wow.
very schizophrenic right now. It's everybody wants 5 minutes of my time. It's much like having a kindergarten. It's
Miss Sherry,
I
give
know,
me,
yeah.
give me.
I'm getting to you. There's only so fast I can make a peanut butter sandwich. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Miss Sherry, fix it.
I know, right?
But at least they're talking to you, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay that you
Oh,
have them
oh,
in your
no.
head.
Okay, that is funny. I'm not. Again, I'm feeling very schizophrenic. Oh, TMO. TMO, Lucara. Thank you. Or is it Lucera? Okay. I know. I'm my Spanish is so rusty. I need
You're
to
not
use it
speaking
more
every day
often.
anymore.
I know. I need to break it out. I gotta go around my family members that speak it so I can get it back. Although it comes back pretty fast when I'm around it.
Right.
Um, oh, that is so cool. I am sorry if they act anything like those characters. They are also in Queen of All Shadows, and they're in Jaden's book. Quotes are in Jaden's book. So, yay. Oh, that's hilarious. I remember that, Becky, when he was in the Hawaiian trip. Oh my, she was so cute. When we did the Ash tour a billion moons ago,
Right.
um, we had a tour coat. We made his leather duster with
Right.
the ash symbol on the back. And we ended up touring and letting everybody try it on. I still remember how cute Becky was in it.
Aw.
I know, right? Time flies.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Hawaiian shirts?
Nothing. Well, Nick loves them. There are actually there's a number of gay dark hunters who've been in different books throughout the series. So Zoe, there's now I can't think of them. Oh my god.
Because
Oh
we've
god.
discussed these many miles.
I know there's the one that's stationed in Memphis. My gosh, I know these. There are a number of them. There are a number of them in the league too. So yeah, very. They are extremely
Oh,
powerful. You will find out all about how powerful they are in Seven. I'm drawing with sort of Jaden's no, but definitely in Seven. Are they? Well, I don't know. I'm not finished with Jaden, so they may be. They're definitely all over Savitar. Oh, dear, we actually do have trading cards. They're sent out free in the store. I've had them. God, I started doing the trading cards back in the early or mid '90s. I think I did them either not maybe not the first book. I started sending them out with the second book, but all the Dark Hunter books have come out with a set of trading cards with them. So yeah, only because I loved trading cards as a kid.
mm-hmm.
I know, right?
Yup.
Oh dang, Sherry, you give me a run for my money. I thought I had a lot of decks. Dang, woman. Okay, now I may have more than 42 if you consider the fact that I used to professionally read the Mythic Tarot and Robin Wood, which I gave you one of the Mythic because you can't find them anymore. Um,
Exactly.
but both
Like,
of those wore out so fast, especially when you're doing it professionally.
well, see, I was
Um,
worried about Robin Wood, so I didn't use one. I opened and looked at it because Jim brought it home to me.
I'd say, and that's one of my favorite reading decks. But you will wear through a deck, and it's okay. I'm exaggerating, but it seemed like a week. So I probably have 20 decks of that alone. And I have like 4 or 5 of Mythic at least. Those were so thin. I don't
I
know
know,
why they
but I
made
love
them
it.
that thin.
But I
I know,
love it.
I know, but when you're doing,
Yeah.
10, 15 readings a day, they don't last long.
Nope.
Um, I'm trying to think.
Yes,
I
you got
know
me
there's
too, because I
another one.
don't think I have it about 10.
I have a couple of other decks that I was reading for a while professionally. I can't remember what they are now. One of them looks like stained glass. Why can't I think of the name of it? Because it's been a
Wow.
while. I was reading it back in the '80s, and I probably have 4 or 5 decks of it. Um, but yeah, and have different individual decks, and I never get rid of them. I mean, the ones that Ian found one of my old Robin Wood decks. He's like, "Oh my God, Mama, what'd you do to the card?" That's what happens when you shuffle them a lot.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I've got one that a witch friend of mine who is very old brought it over from France. And so it's wrapped very carefully up, and every so I take a look at it, but I don't play that one.
Marseille, that was the other one. Yeah, I read that one, when you said France, it reminded me of the Marseille. I probably have
Mm.
5 takes of that. It is, Catherine, it's pronounced Simi. Not semi, but Simi. So, and I
If the
just
cat's
realized
listening, you got it right.
I know, right? I love Kathleen. Yes, Kathleen, yeah, you kinda see everybody as everybody. So, well, it
It's
was
a
a
big
catch-up book. It's been so long
it's a
since,
big meet and greet.
right, well, it's been so long since we were in New Orleans. So, yeah, I have to catch everybody up from pre-divorce to current
Right? Yes,
day.
me.
So, yeah, there was a whole lot of that. But,
Right.
we are now over our time, and I know Carol needs to get
Oh, you sure are.
back to bed to rest. Love Carol. We want her better.
Slowly but surely, I'm getting there.
You and me both. I'm just happy I can talk again because you heard the squeaker sound.
Exactly. I thought you were going to squeak all the way through this.
Oh, yeah, no, I've rested my voice. bunch of tea today, so yeah,
Mm,
yeah, the hot tea helped a lot, I think.
yeah,
But anyway, we love you guys so much. Thank y'all for spending
we
another
do.
hour with
Thank
us
y'all.
this week, and hopefully we'll see you next week, barring tornadoes or whatever that comes our way.
There you go. And don't
Anyway,
catch whatever this is. Stay
no,
away from people.
it's not COVID. It's not
It
the
is.
flu. They've tested me twice on both, but it's just a nasty. Don't
Mm,
let the baby drink after me anymore.
yeah,
I
there
think
you
I
go.
got it from him because yeah, he had gotten into my lemonade and I stupidly drank after him. Yeah. Anyway, thank
Like
all
now
of
I can't
you.
do that thing.
Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time.
Y'all too. Thanks so much. We love y'all. Mwah.